working, I can sell it, I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in the prison, man, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within.
I'm getting a string together. Give me
when the
one
OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soaking it. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves.
Okay. Yeah, I said his bus get here at 2:45. So I usually walk up to his bus stop at like 2:30, 2:35, 2:38 at the latest. But his shit is right in my neighborhood. I just walk to it. Already. Yeah, I just got to. I want a third one though. Not a motherfucking thing, to be honest, bro. I don't have the cap space. Yeah. Everybody, to my understanding, look at the free agents. Everybody must be over in a cap space. Everybody is. So, I mean, yeah,
well, Coach, any Florida resident will tell you that afternoon pop-up showers and storms are the norm, and that's exactly what we have right now. Actually expecting a pretty steady rain throughout today here in Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Oh, because they ain't really had nobody else.
They don't give it here to his running back. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Looking to throw. Conrad. Oh, he almost picked it.
I thought I did too.
Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
Taking it about the 16. I'm going to call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
I think I got 2 rookie running backs, and they might have been on my practice squad or something.
Now a 1st down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss of 2. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back.
I think I went 4-12, and I still somehow made the playoffs, and then I lost the first playoff game barely.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Manning. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
How is he still?
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense too.
Like update the rosters to where if a player gets moved,
he's a great corner. They got
I mean, they had. I think I've seen them do it with a couple people, like change
that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Trust me, Brandon, I'm not about to try and take your job. I can't do what you do. But that wasn't just 3 and out. That felt like 3 and backwards.
That's exactly what it was. You can have my job whenever you want it. The drive that you're looking for, though, probably going forward. Bad start to the ball game.
Yeah, not the way to get things going.
And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Got Bob Sanders. That's my legend.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
On first and 10, Conrad. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Throwing again on second and 10. Conrad, and it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts.
Well, I mean, it's decent. Don't get me wrong. I got a good defensive front, and my secondary is decent. Corners are pretty slow.
A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football.
I'm about to say.
Better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost him.
That's pass interference. Thank you.
Intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Down. 60 or 56. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now a play fake. Manning.
Come on now. This shit is not. That's crazy.
To hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That is crazy.
Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Play action. Manning. He's got Harrison left side complete. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
On first down, Manning. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. The corner blitz works to perfection for A.J. Boye. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. On play action. Now Manning. That ball caught by Funchess. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Devin Funchess, 27 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Wow. Hit the kicker.
And his kick is
wow.
no good.
This I think I lagged it. Well, I definitely lagged
as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be fielded at the 6. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. To throw on second down, Conrad. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. 6-0 our score after 1. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Operating from the gun, Conrad. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
7,
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
Wow, I threw it, you bitch.
He goes down. Josh Allen. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Come on, bro. Hold your block. My tackle's an ass. God damn.
On the play this time.
Look at that shit. He got him hemmed up. God damn.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Now Manning. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at about the 28. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me,
face mask too.
Finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 19-yard line. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Y'all playing the wrong football. He's checking.
Throwing on first down. Conrad. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. B.J. Goodson. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
41 Mike. 41. Hey, 41 Mike.
From the gun, Conrad. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Jabal Sheard wreaking the defensive havoc.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. They start on the ground with Elliott, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Elliott a first down and more. And down right around the 37. 16 yards, a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Manning. Throw left side complete. It's Harrison. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. He's going to fire one, and at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
I just got your linebacker to bite.
Again, it's Manning. He'll run it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up
to the
high and
everything.
Line.
We still threw it right to him.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. And he's going to come up well shy of the 1st here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Come on, set. 10-2 stop. 56. You run. Look at me. Zipper.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. The completion
God damn.
This is Eric Ebron. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach at our EA Sports
after this kickoff, I'm going to go ahead and go get my son.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
All right, be right back.
Hey, Yana.
Baby, you got on some shoes? Okay. We gotta go get your brother.
Okay, Daddy. I found this downstairs.
Did. You know what I found upstairs?
Yeah.
What I found?
Your shirt. What? Yeah, disgusting.
Disgusting, girl. We gotta go get your brother.
And then we'll turn back and put our baby to bed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the elf mama on that because I like elf and
Yo. Yeah, I'm ready. Sorry it took so long. His bus was late. Right on. And then right after this, shoot, we got to go to the field and work out.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the lead, now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They go to Elliott again.
Oh, Zeke, you got to break some tackles, bro.
All afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. The Jags with 5 in the secondary now on third down.
Damn, I'm just looking at your secondary just now. You got all superstars and experts.
Working from the gun, Manning. Over the middle, he'll get it to Harrison. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 24 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Over the middle, complete. That's Harrison. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Harrison. That one goes for 36 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red
I don't
zone?
even fucking know.
I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
8, read.
Now Elliott. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And as he approaches to kick it off, he might be thinking this could be a 14-0 lead with a couple of PATs as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
That sound like my kid. That sound like my son right there, just talking shit all the fucking
Jaguars
time.
come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Gonna give this time to the tailback. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack.
I blew my son out once. It was like 130 to 7.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Okay.
Off the play fake, Conrad. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Yeah. I do that a lot. That's how I throw a lot of interceptions, too.
Complete to Hilton. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going.
I do that shit a lot too, like, that's because you've been watching him or like looking at him the whole time.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Staring at him, yeah.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
10th carry now for Elliott. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, I can see your secondary, your linebackers on point, your pass rush. Your pass rush, not your linebackers, but your pass rush is a fool.
To throw, it's Manning. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call it?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called
it's
him
the
unreliable.
left
that means he
button
doesn't
on the
move quite
D-pad.
as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Fix your D-line. Oh, triangle.
One man in the backfield. That's Elliott on second and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Ezekiel Elliott, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me.
Wow.
Very precise.
Oh, I thought you missed
methodical.
it.
That's one of the words you taught me.
I thought he did.
They just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
I'm going. Whatever moves the ball, that's what I do. Yes.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Watch the flag, watch the flag, watch the flag. Next box. Right. Switch. 25, check 25, check 25.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the fourth.
Here I come again.
From the gun on third down, Conrad going for the deep ball, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
You burnt the linebacker.
There he goes, left side.
I don't know why I suggest that shit. Like, why?
A great play there. 66 yards. And the Jaguars get a score closer.
Yeah.
When you're trailing in the fourth quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself,
yeah.
Not only did that pay off big time for them,
but Madden, like, it suggested that I run that play. Like,
they
wow.
know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
Yeah.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A first down run for Elliott, not going to pan out. He'll, in fact, wind up losing a couple. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off around the 27. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Back to the air on 2nd down. Conrad, he'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is going to wind up incomplete.
Woo.
The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
On 3rd down, Conrad. The open man is short. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Conrad. His throw incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. But it'll be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Conrad. Looking long for Westbrook. And it's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down.
Oh, okay. I'm about to
Let's check in with our referee.
That don't make sense.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are back within a single score.
Yeah, okay.
The point after
That's a good
through the
strategy.
raindrops up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Yes, man.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Throwing on second down. Manning eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The improv act there, good for 9. And now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Manning to throw. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion would certainly be ideal defensively. A big play now. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Manning.
How?
And look at this. They
How?
get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Come
Picked
on.
off at the
That
47.
thing is stuck. God damn.
And he will
Good
take
pick,
this
man.
one home. It's a touchdown.
Woo! Now I got to run the clock out.
This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime we have
That's
a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage, at least give your team a fighting chance.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
I think it's because we had it paused for so long. It was people watching. I had like 3 viewers.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? On 1st and 10, here's Manning. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Manning. And
How?
Going to be incomplete.
How did you drop that?
A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, In the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Manning now to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Watch out. You drop Parker. Snap.
Manning to throw for it on 4th. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. A big pickup there. 20 yards as they convert on 4th. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. No running room for Zeke on 1st down as he'll maybe get a yard out of that. The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Ready. 56, right there. 56. Hey, Orbit. 56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike. Oh, damn, Mike 56. Mike 56. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
To throw is Manning. And the catch made by Hilton. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. And that's Elliott, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 16. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
60 Pittsburgh. Check 56.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll take this one down near the 15. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Down. 10 logo. Right there. 56. Here we go. Shoot.
He's back to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Yeah.
So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. Back to throw. And
wow.
He knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
He had him beat. Oh, you threw it wrong, Peyton Manning. God damn.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime.
Yes.
And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra
Oh,
period.
shit. Oh,
nice
fuck, I thought it was too.
Good here at
Oh,
the
man.
30-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely take the knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there,
as long as somebody got him, I don't care about the pass.
Ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Wow, I didn't mean to call it timeout. Fuck, man.
They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
Hopefully this shit don't matter.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. It's Davis on the counter. And
who the fuck put him in?
Yard here to the 38. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
On 2nd and 9, Manning. He's got it to Hilton.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Opening drive of overtime and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another 1st down. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calls and be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light still on for him.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Now a fake on
the
he
slipped.
Try to run past
you son of a bitch.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now a play fake. Manning. And he connects with Ebron. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a 1st down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Wow, it's too many ones.
2 minutes left in this overtime session and still all tied.
Go there, 91.
The 1st down carry by Elliott. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. The The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up.
Hey, box truck. 56 at the mic.
Shotgun now for Manning.
Come on, I'm throwing it.
He's sacked back around the 28. Kenny Young coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. Vinatieri's kick is good. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
Somebody better get this
He's
fool.
going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
Well, it's not just the mindset of the teams that just changed on that play. My mindset changed. I don't even run an offensive play, kick the field goal, and take it home.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go again. Why? Get wide, please.
Now a first throw here in overtime. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Rocky Sin, a rookie 2nd rounder from Temple, there to make the play. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Rush in.
To throw again, Conrad. And if he could have just clutched that and fallen to the ground, it's an overtime victory. Instead, incomplete. They sort of got a new lease on life there. If he picks that off, this ball game's over.
I can hear it. I can hear it. My defensive backs coach at Tennessee, a lost opportunity is never regained. Used to drive him crazy when I dropped those potential interceptions, as that one was there.
And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. And here's your ball game, down 3 in overtime, but they're going for this thing on 4th down.
26
On 4th down, Conrad, and they're going to try the screen. It's complete.
And we don't
will
reject.
not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody.
Nah, I won.
Yay.